Go.
Yeah.
I can't see the red dot yet, but
yeah, the recording is running already.
it's running. Okay,
Yeah.
in that case, welcome everybody. It's good to see so many people here. This is a webinar that's a little bit different from the others in the webinar festival that NTNU are doing at the moment, because we're using Zoom, not because of a great love affair with that particular tool. It's just the tool we're used to using, and so we're using it. What we'd like to do today is to give you an idea of how you can take webinars outside. You can do a lot of interesting things with webinars. You can have fun with webinars, and in a way you can widen the scope. I will also tell you that this is being simultaneously broadcast on Facebook Live for a Facebook group called Effective Webinars. So David is going to show you that it's actually, yep, we're up and running on Facebook Live as well as on Zoom at the moment. So
the Facebook stream, and I think you will be able to find it here. I will give you the link, and you can have a look, and you can even share if you like.
Yeah, and you can join the group if you want. Okay, my name's Alastair Creelman. I work at Linnaeus University in Kalmar in the southeast of Sweden. And I'm a sort of e-learning specialist, working with everything to do with e-learning and using the net in education. Today I'm actually not at my workplace. I'm at another university in the west of Sweden called Högskolan i Skövde, but you can't see much of that behind me. However, out in the real world, my colleague, David.
Oh, yeah, I'm David, sitting in my garden in Salzburg, Austria. I'm a university lecturer and an adult educator, and I love to use this kind of technology, and I want to bring it a step forward using some gadgets and tools, and this webinar will be quite experimental. Yeah, it will be short because we have just half an hour. and I hope everything will be going well, but still you can await as we try out some new technology. You can expect maybe some, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. By the way, everybody, please activate the chat at the bottom, because that's a channel for you to communicate with us rather than using your microphone. So down at the bottom of the screen, just move your marker down there and activate the chat button. If you're viewing this on a mobile or a tablet, I'm not quite sure, but it should be somewhere down there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the idea behind today is, widening horizons, really, and just to show that just to show what can be done, David is out in the garden. And what's rather interesting is that while he's out in the garden in Salzburg, Austria, he's given me the right to use his camera. So I'm actually moving the camera up, and in fact I'm going to have a look at his house and his neighbors and so on. And
the house.
Yeah, there's the house.
I'm here.
And you're and now I'm looking at the sky, and we go down a bit, and let's see where he's gone. But it's good fun to control a camera from afar. So there you are in the garden.
Yeah, and now I could use even the swing, but I'm a bit too big.
Yeah.
But you see, it's good to be able to move freely and to have a session like this maybe. And I use it, for example, to bring people into museums and to have a guided tour through a museum. So this is now not a museum, but a garden. But I think you can imagine how it would look like in a museum. Maybe let's have a look what I brought right now. So this is my smartphone, and with that, I will even show you how a gimbal will work. I want to show you this drone flying, and you can have a look at the city of Salzburg in Austria. And I will show you this kind of robot there. It is called Swivel, and it's nice to because it gives you another perspective.
Yes. And it follows the speaker wherever the speaker may go.
Yes,
without me having to press the buttons like I'm doing just now.
Yeah, and now I think we will start with the swivel.
Yeah.
The swivel has such a marker. It's a sensor and a built-in microphone, and it will follow me. Now you can see it. It is already turning around. But furthermore, I can activate Zoom here. And now you have another participant on Zoom. I will try to find it and enlarge it. Yeah.
Yep. Now we're on the swivel camera.
Yeah. Now you can see me and you see how the camera is following me. Yeah. So I can be here without any camera person and walking around and being followed. Yeah, is it working well?
Yep,
yeah,
working very well.
Yeah. So this is, I think, a really nice tool for web conferences and for recording of lectures, for example. I don't know if anybody is familiar with Swivel. Please let me know, and let me know maybe how you use it. So I will.
Yeah. Swivel, SWIVL. I've just put the name in. If I hurry, I could maybe get the website. But anyone tried that? It's very useful in. Yeah, some people. Carrie Ann says we've used it for lecture capture. Yeah, very useful for that. It's also useful in workshops when you can have the camera following. Whoever is speaking in the workshop, you just pass the microphone around, and so the people who are viewing at a distance, the distance students can see who's speaking, which is sometimes a problem when there's a lot of discussion in the classroom.
And that's now a swivel in a museum, yeah, a photograph. So it's really nice to take it with you and to take all participants with you to a museum. Okay, any questions regarding the swivel?
And Sigrun wants one for Christmas. Yes, that would be. Yeah, I can imagine that. They're not that expensive though. They're not going to break the bank really. But I can't remember how much.
So the next thing I would like to show you is the drone. So this is the most exciting tool. And it will take a moment until.
Yes, it needs to get set up a little bit. Oh, sorry, there's if you hold on a sec, more examples of using the swivel, Francisca is asking. Other ways you've used it.
Okay, so for example, you could place it in the middle of a table round. Yeah, people sitting at a table, and the swivel will follow each speaker. Yeah, and the table can follow the web conference, and everybody, all external people can follow as well and interact with the people sitting in a room. Yeah. And
also, yes, it works a lot. It basically follows the microphone. You have a microphone that you pass one to the next person. So whoever has the microphone, the swivel will look at. It's pretty simple, basically. Do you have to have a very fast Wi-Fi connection to get this swivel to work, since it's transferring video?
Not really. Just a normal wireless connection is fine.
And you could say a little bit while you're busy there, David, what sort of connection, what's your connection in the garden there?
Okay, I used a wired connection because I'm always a bit afraid with wireless. So it's a cabled and quite a fast one. Yeah, it's up to 100 megabit.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to have it stable.
Yeah. And could we have two swivels running at the same time? They would follow different micro. You'd have to choreograph that.
Yeah, could be possible.
Yeah.
could be possible. So now you've got a really nice view from
yes,
the drone.
under the desk.
Under the desk.
The drone is ready
So
for liftoff.
You see my feet, and now it's going to be a bit exciting.
Yep.
Yeah, and now you see the drone flying, and you can see me. And now we will go up.
Yes. And there we see the castle of Salzburg in the background.
Not yet. This is Untersberg.
Ah, okay. I thought
Untersberg,
it's around the other way.
We will. Yeah, this is Geisberg now, and you see the nice autumn landscape. And now now this is the castle.
Yeah, there we are, way back there.
This is the castle. And yeah, it's hard to see the cathedral, but it would be just below the castle.
Yes.
Yeah. And now you can see me sitting in the garden.
And your neighbors will definitely wonder, what on earth is that guy doing? Is he a spy? Is he doing top secret stuff? Or
yeah,
down we come.
So now, yeah, because what is nice, the camera can be remote controlled. Yeah, I can look down, and I can look up again. And now I try to land safely.
Someone's writing graffiti on the screen.
So now you can see me again.
Yeah, and Carrie-Anne mentions that it kind of makes you a bit paranoid. I mean, goodness knows what's going on,
and everything.
Crash down a nice soft landing in the grass.
Yes, you can see the grass, and now I will stop the screen sharing of my smartphone.
Job done. I'll just zoom around a little bit. Wait a minute, it's not. Ah, you took back control.
Yeah. So what do you think? How can it be used in practice? So this was maybe more or less funny, but give me an idea in the chat, or you can even talk.
It's great, but seriously, I mean, what's the sort of what's a drone like that going to cost you?
It's not that much. It's about I will show it to you. It's a small one, and it's about 600 euro. Yeah. And this is how it looks like. It has the camera. Yeah. As well, very
stabilized.
Stable.
Yes.
Stabilized. Yeah.
France says exploring the fields. Louisa, geology field trips. Yes, field trips, says several people. For a farmer even.
Yeah.
I think for archaeologists, for town planners. I mean, we also know from the summer that during the summer, a lot of archaeological sites were much more visible from the air because of the crops having died and so much dryness. Some of the contours of you could show students on site.
Yeah, and colleagues of mine, they have education for farmers, and they fly above wood, and to see the damage, for example, as a storm made.
Okay. And Nenad here is asking, could it be used indoors in large halls?
Could be done, but I've heard it's a bit dangerous because the fire alarm could be if you've and the water will
the
come
water
out.
Sprinklers and things. We've got to use these things with a lot of. We've got to check your local regulations because in different countries there are different rules about using drones, and you have to check the regulations and abide by them.
Yeah.
Of course, you could use the drone to make pre-recorded films to use in your webinars or to show
Sure.
them beforehand. That's another
Sure.
option.
Sure. Maybe what is really fine with Zoom, it is possible to give you access as well to the audio, and I will show you something. And this is how we used it to show a scene. Yeah. And now you can even hear what people are talking.
Also die Bilder mit der Drohne waren.
Yeah. So this is really nice for pre-recorded films to have a possibility to let people hear what was said. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yep.
Next experiment. I really like to be mobile with webinars and to have a location play a certain role. And nowadays webinar systems can be used very well from your smartphone. But even better if you use a gimbal like this. It's about €100 and it will stabilize the camera. So I will try to put it here inside. Oops. And hopefully this works as well. I will switch it. I will switch it on. Yeah, it seems to work. And
ja, dette jo live altså nå.
Ja.
Ja.
Okay. Ja.
Han har sånn har jeg hjemme.
Ja, du har sikkert alle tingene som
Ja.
kan jeg nå streame.
Okay.
There's
Somebody's talking.
Their microphones off.
Yeah. I just muted them. Don't worry, not too bad. So I start Zoom, and
we will change view in a second.
Yeah, but I have to.
Takes a little while.
Just a second. So now it's working, and now I will show you what this looks like. So now you can see me with a smartphone, and I can change the camera, and now you should have quite a stable view, but I think the mobile connection is not that good. So
Yeah.
it's a bit
jumpy because of the Wi-Fi, I think.
It's a bit slow, yeah. Now this is Wi-Fi, but still it's so nice because you can show the leaves, for example. Yeah, if you want to present, I don't know, nature.
Yeah, I mean, you can have field trips out in the countryside and show the students maybe particular plants or rocks, a virtual geology field trip. You could have the teacher somewhere interesting. It could be on Iceland or up in the mountains in the Alps and showing things that the students wouldn't normally be able to see so close.
Yeah. So I will start it again. Oh, maybe, no, I don't know. No, it's not. Maybe it's going to be a bit more stable. Ah, I see. Nice. Ronald is outside, sitting in the landscape as well. That's great. Yeah, so we've got some time left for questions and discussion, because I think that I've presented almost all the tools I wanted to present.
You maybe, if you could zoom back to, if you could switch to the camera to let us see your, again, your desk, and maybe you could show that what equipment are you using to be able to do all this from outside in the garden?
Yeah, just a second. I want to switch it off. So what is really, I think I will use another camera. What is really nice to have is a small mixer, USB powered, for the wireless microphone I'm using, and this here is the wireless microphone receiver, and I use such a Bose speaker. Yeah, this is really a very good one. And yeah, and this is my best camera. It has a remote control, and it can be remote controlled by remote participants in Zoom as well.
Yeah, that was nice. I was able to do that.
Yeah, and now I will switch back and let's see if I can.
Okay, we've got a few minutes left now, so I'm going to share with you a little quiz, or not a quiz, but a little activity for you. We've got the chat, but I'd like you to get your mobiles or get your another tab in your computer and go to www.menti.com and use the code 434832 and give us some ideas. How could all this be used in education? Or in other words, how could you use this? How could you see this being used in your practice as teachers? Or as educational technologists, because I think a lot of the people watching are educational technologists. But if you just write in a few words like that there, and then they will show up on the screen very, very soon. Still waiting for the first ones to come up. So, can you all see the code? I hope so. I hope it's visible. Menti.com 434832. Out in the fields, yep, when students can't join the excursion. Yes, there's an interesting one we haven't had yet. Learn to speak foreign languages by commenting on what you see, or having the webinar coming from the country who speaks that language and going out to speak to people.
I like this idea very much.
We could wander out on the street and talk to some local Austrians.
Yeah, definitely.
Filming in a secret place, bank police. Not sure we should go further down that road, but and participants steering the camera. Construction sites not available for visits. Yes, that's a good. You can't get an idea from the ground, but you'd have to get permission from the construction company. See real-life examples of case studies. Let students decide what to do next, like a game played collaboratively. Yes, you could get them to decide what the next step will be. Filming medical procedures and sharing it across different campuses, communicating in a more engaging way. I will share these thoughts with you as a link in a little while before we finish. I can actually see on my video feed Roland, who's also out in the countryside.
Yeah. He's in Austria. He's in Austria as well.
He's another Austrian, and he's having a nice bite to eat, I think.
A real webinar specialist.
Okay. Apfelstrudel, I hope.
Correct.
and even Franz is with us.
Yeah.
He's also from Austria and likes to experiment a lot. And Anne, hello. Great to see you.
There we are. See laboratories or experiments you don't have access to. There are many, many things that we can do here, as you can see. I think since we are now approaching past, and we are restricted to half an hour here. So let me see, we're coming 14:25, and Ali is reminding us in the chat there that the next webinar will be starting in a totally different place at 14:30. So yes, we can continue a little bit. I have to run off very soon anyway for another a workshop in a room, believe it or not, rather than on this. I'm also going to share with you, if you're interested, there's an article about that David and I and a colleague wrote about making webinars more effective, and there's a link there in the chat to that. It's mostly working with Adobe Connect, but it could also work with this and with Collaborate or whatever tool you want to use. So that's a little tip.
Mm-hmm.
Any final words, David? As the sun shining through the tree behind you, it's good. It's amazing. You've got amazing weather down there.
Yeah. It's really extraordinarily warm. But it was very nice that so many people joined this experimental session, and I think we should really try to make something out of this kind of technology. And I think there are so many options, and just like this, I liked so much that I could invite so many people to my garden and to have this nice session. So thank you very much, and keep on going with your interesting webinar festival in Norway.
Yes, good luck to everyone with that. I was trying to get a link to the quiz, the answers that you gave me, but I haven't managed to get there yet. I'm concentrating on this. And there were one or two questions. Sigrun was asking about how do you like Zoom compared to Adobe Connect. I'm not sure you can compare them. They're very different tools. There are positive and negatives for both. Some things work very well on this, and some things work very well on that. It's hard to say, but how did the Facebook Live go? Have you any idea how many people were watching that way?
I can have a look. I can have a short look.
Thank you everyone for being here. And,
so this is the live stream.
Yeah.
And it's hard to.
It's hard to see.
It's hard to see right now.
Well,
but we got 3 comments and two times it was shared.
Shared, yeah. But we don't quite know. But anyway. Thanks everyone for being here. As Kai says in the chat at the moment, the webinar festival continues on Blackboard Collaborate on the link there. And otherwise, you're welcome to join our Facebook group and give us some feedback that way and get in contact with us. So from me in Skövde in West Sweden and David down there in Salzburg, Austria, we will sign off and thank you very much for being part of this.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Alastair, for your very good moderation. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.